and welcome back to Finders Beepers History Seekers. Now this is an explore like pretty much no other ever. It is crazy, so dangerous. I didn't realise how bad it was until I got in here and I've had to tie Bear up at the front door. It is that bad. I am taking my life into my own hands doing this explore today. And I know some of you like the worrying ones, but this genuinely, just walking, like just standing here, I feel like I'm going to fall over. It is so bad. But there's some amazing things outside. From what I've seen, there's not just loads. There's like so much stuff in here. We could be looking for years, but I just don't know if I can actually get over it all to get to it. Anyway, let's get looking round. Right, that gives you an idea of how overgrown this place is in the middle of well, it's in a little village, but it's right on the edge of the little village. And then this is the first room we've come to. Got a piano in the corner there, another piano here, and the floor, it's just like an obstacle course just getting round in here. But it's like there's been some sort of natural disaster. That place I went to in Italy, that town I went to in Italy that had the earthquake, wasn't as bad as it is in here. So I do not know what has happened, but it is crazy. I can hear Bear moving about. I feel a bit sorry for him. But I'm pretty sure you would rather he be safe than have him on. When we go back outside, he can be in the video as much as he wants, because there's plenty to show you outside as well. Now, this place was explained to me as a mechanic's hoarder's house. So he's got bits of it, like there's old cartwheels there, look. I don't know how old they are, but they've got to have at least probably, I don't know, when would the cartwheels would have been used? 80 years ago? 90 years ago? I'm not sure. But I'm still trying to work out what half of these pieces of furniture are, because there's stuff in that, but it's obviously the back of some drawers or something. You've got filing cabinets that have been knocked over. Sewing machine down there. Like I said, we'll get to all the little bits over there in a minute, but we're just going to try our hardest to get over this stuff. And like I said, every step is peril. Is definitely peril. It doesn't help as well, and people are going to tell me off for this, but these trainers that I've got on, I'm going to have to show you in a minute, but all the insides of the bottom of them have just fallen out. Over the last couple of days, they've just deteriorated. So if I get a nail in my foot, I'm screwed. Oh, look, see, this is what I mean. This is beautiful. Where can I rest it? Next to the rabbit trap. Look at the sheen on that. Oh, I can't even do it justice. Look at that. That is so nice. And it's just left in here. I love that, you know. I really do. Put it back where I found it. But I don't know. I'm stood on the side of my foot at the moment because I'm sinking into this settee. But yeah, it's not really a rabbit trap, is it? It's a, what they call, like mink and things like that. That's what they used to catch in those. I'm pretty sure. Because rats would get out of that, so it's not for rats. I don't think it's for rabbits. Has it got some sort of skin attached to it? No, it's material. Right, I'm going to see if I can see anything inside this backwards drawers. Right, so with very little effort, to be fair, we've got a newspaper from 1965. We've got a selection of hats that I'm sure Andy would have loved. I don't think he would have, because they are manky. It smells like mothballs in there as well, although the mothballs haven't done a very good job. Then we've got a little tiny pair of glasses, which are really cool. And this, I love this. You are always welcome, whether you come in the evening or come in the morning, or come when you're looked for, or come with come without warning. I'm here. Oh. So sorry. But yeah, there's all sorts of bits of paperwork in here. Church electoral roll, mothers' union meeting, but I think it was the person in charge of all that, because she's got the application forms, multiple mothers' union meeting forms. So I reckon she was the person in charge of handing all those out. That sort of makes sense to me. Also, we've got, I have to zoom in because I can't get any closer to it. Got this guy here, and then zoom in even more. We've got that little girl with a beard. So with that little beard. But he reminds me of, I don't really know why. He reminds me of him that used to do Guinness records. What was his name now? He died of cancer. It was lung cancer. And he didn't smoke. And the reason he got lung cancer is because he used to perform in clubs, working man's clubs up in Yorkshire. And I cannot think of his name. He used to do tap dancing and all sorts. Sort of didn't like him at the time, but now looking back, I think he was pretty cool. Oh, it's gone out of my head. But yeah, he used to do the Record Breakers show. Right, but this is what I mean about it seems like there's been an earthquake in here. Because these have all fallen over. I'm guessing somebody's pulled them over. But I don't know why, for what reason. And also, the fireplace isn't attached to the wall anymore, which I think is really, really strange. Look, someone's put brick things in front of it. So it's been done on purpose. They're like there to stop it falling over properly, but why? For what reason? Do you think, actually, do you think there was a more sort of like Victorian style fireplace behind it or something nice, and they've pulled that forward to take it out and maybe sell it or something? I don't know. I can't think what else it could be. There is a pipe that's been shoved up there as well. So there's got to be a reason. It can't just have been done for laugh. I can't see vandals doing that. Now, I've said it to you before. I actually hate explores like this, where there's too much stuff, because it's really hard to work out which bits to look at and which bits not to and what you're going to break. However, this one I sort of quite like, because I feel like there's going to be some interesting bits and bobs knocking about. And it's just, I don't know, it's just the whole thing. It's not just in the house, it's outside as well. It's something I've never seen before. The thing is, it is such a balancing act, especially when you're having to walk on things like settees, which I don't like doing particularly anyway. But then sometimes you've got to, in order to actually move about. But I'd rather a firm surface than something that's going to move under my feet like this is doing. And then I've got my other foot stuck. I'm going to go in a minute. You're all waiting for me to fall, aren't you? You're all like, come on, come on. Right, first piano. Now, as you can see, there's not much left to this one. What's it say? Creamer, London. So I reckon it probably was still a good piano. It clearly doesn't work anymore. But at some point, it would have been probably quite an expensive little piano. This is, at the moment, I'm sliding backwards. I'm just going to fall down a little hole in a minute. And I don't know what's... You just don't know what's under bags and things. But, yeah. Oh, God, look. My foot's just disappeared down that little hole. These are the ones I love. These ones that have got the little thing for the candles on them. You'd have a bit in the middle that'd have your music on, and then a little candle thing to light it up at night. I just think it's really good. There is a maker on this one, I think. What does that say? Vertical iron frame. That doesn't sound like much of a maker to me. Is there a maker over here? No. That's a shame. I know certain people have said, oh, make sure you mention the names of the pianos to me before. So I always try and look for you. See, I do what you ask me to. I do try and keep you happy. People put things and you don't think I read them. But 9 times out of 10, I will read comments coming through. Not always, because I might be driving or something. But as they come through, I check them. And there's thousands of comments. But I still try. I might not interact with it, but I'm taking it in. Sometimes I ignore you, like if you say, be safe. No, don't do that again. And I'll be like, fuck off, I'm going to do it on purpose now. See, this is what I hate to see. Loads and loads of books just left. I don't think there's any amazing ones. A Century of Girls' Stories. How and Why It Works. Flashman in the Great Game. Like, there's no ancient looking books. These ones might be a bit older. But The Handyman and Home Mechanic. Yeah, there's nothing that really stands out, but still, they're books. And I just think there's a whole host of wealth of knowledge in these things that just gets lost because they all end up going in the bin. Now, I know for a fact it won't be everyone's cup of tea because, like I said, normally it's sort of not mine either. A lot of places like this I've walked away from just because it's too much. But there's little gems in this. Look at that. What a shame. I don't even sit this up now. It's going to fall to pieces. That's definitely like 1920s, 30s look. That's Art Nouveau or something like that. It's really good. I really like it. But somebody smashed that up. That's had physical force on it because it didn't sin. What a shame. And some blue pottery as well. Right. Oh, God, I've not noticed all the books down there. I don't know why either, because I was leaning on that for ages. But yeah, maybe there's some older books in there. Like, a lot of things, I think, I look at and I think, that's worth X amount of money when it was new. And obviously, none of this is worth any money now, really, because it's just all trashed. But just think, a lifetime or multiple lifetimes that could have been passed down, how much all these things in this house must have been worth. How much money has been spent over the years just to go to this. And then it just makes you think, like, the amount of money we spend on stuff, is it all worth it? Do we really need all this stuff? Like, don't get me wrong, I don't want to become one of these, oh, let's just wear a loincloth and live in a jungle kind of person, a bit of a hippie type or something. But I do think we just waste our money on a lot of things sometimes. What's that? Ballads of... what? Ballads and ballad poems. I can't really read half the stuff on there. Right, let's go through this jungle. It gets worse. Trust me, this is probably one of the best rooms. No, but what I mean is, right, so for example, this week, I have just bought, and it's probably a bad example because actually it's PERIL. I've bought, for me, at my house, and Freddie at his mum's house, a pineapple cutter for, if you go on TikTok, you've no doubt seen them. Basically, cut the top off a pineapple, put this thing on top and then spin it, and it cuts the middle out in perfect rings. And then you can dice it or whatever, turn it into chunks. And yeah, it costs £3 each. And then the delivery of like a £5, so probably like just over a tenner for everything. But I could just cut a pineapple up myself. I feel like we do buy things for the sake of buying them because we're like, ooh, this looks good. And it is good. But do I need it? Probably not. But this is what I'm saying. How much in these places is just unneeded? And trust me, there's a lot of unneeded stuff in here. I think a lot of the time it's quite hard to show you like how much stuff there is. But if you look down there below that green bar thing, that's the floor. So then it comes up maybe, I don't know, 3/4 of a foot up to where I am. And then it goes up again. So I'm like stepping up now until it gets to the point where it's halfway up the door. So you're talking 3 foot of stuff just there. And then you've got to remember it's all over the floor. Every inch of the floor is covered in stuff. And I know people have a lot of stuff and they keep it in cupboards and this has all been thrown all over. But you're not telling me this person could move around the house easily because there is so much stuff. There's no way it could have just gone in cupboards. This is like 10 houses worth of stuff. And it's all sorts of stuff as well, like random bits of pipe, some sort of weird tap. And then we've got a bottle opener that's made out of jade. I actually think it is. It's some sort of stone. It does look like jade. Screws, gas things. Oh yeah, look. Sparklets. Your gas to put in to make your fizzy drinks back in the 80s and 70s. Those barrier things to move things round. 2 sets of ladders. It is just absolutely I don't even, is that a pump? That looks like some sort of water pump there. It is just mad, and that is just in this spot, and that's just the things I can see. What is underneath? What is hiding away? Now, I'm not looking forward to this next bit. To be fair, I don't know if you've noticed, I've been filming, standing still, and then moving somewhere else. So I just thought, I'll try and do it climbing through here. Because then at least if I do, look, to get through the door, I am now higher than the door. I can hear Bear moving about. I can see him, in fact. He's looking at me as if to say, why am I not allowed to come? But this is why. Because I would be having to pick him up every 5 minutes. Oh my Lord. This is absolutely madness. But I love it. I do actually like a little bit of an adventure like this. I don't do it very often these days because Andy's not here to save me if I die. Not that you can save a dead person. Well, technically you can. Oh, this is worrying. Because everything, I'm just going to disappear in a minute. Everything under my feet is wood. I have to hold a beam. Oh my God. Right, I'll show you where I am now. Right, I have no idea what this room is. Because that's a bench seat with a telly on it, or two. Oh no, it's a heater. Telly and a heater on it. Then, I don't know if it's like his office or something. Oh God. Then you've got some shelving units there. This is ridiculous, man. Then, I just want to have a look at this. I don't know what it is. It looks like a computer, but I don't think it is. I think it's... I don't know what... Is it a printer? Like a typewriter, but not an old-fashioned one. What's all these numbers along the top here? Almost looks like a radio. But then it's got letters on it as well. And it says City Typer 20. What is that? Like, this is what I mean. If I put my foot there, I'll drop a foot straight down. And yeah, I am 6 foot, but I still don't really want to jam my ankle down that hole. But yeah, that is a really odd looking item. It's like a mix between an old BBC computer and then God knows what. Really weird. You see, I do miss Andy for knowing things about like the era before mine, because he's 14 years older than me. So that extra 14 years sometimes just means that, oh yeah, he just remembers it or something like that. So I do miss that. I miss everything about him not being here. I'm not going to lie. I do miss him. But I like it in my own way, being by myself as well. That doesn't mean that if he didn't say tomorrow I'm coming back, I won't be like, of course, yeah, definitely. But I genuinely like being by myself sometimes as well. I think that sort of explore is just different. I think we have a lot more conversations than we used to, because I used to talk to him and now I talk to you. But I don't know. It is nice being by myself, but I do miss him for certain things. I do miss him for everything. Like I said, just the chats in the car when it's not on camera. I think he would have been even better on the behind the scenes stuff like I do now. I wish we'd done it before, because some of the stuff we used to get up to and then you never saw it was just brill. So if he does ever come back, that is happening, and you are just going to be like, oh my God, what is going on with these two? You see, I do feel bad for saying that I miss him and stuff. What is this? 600 foot Oricon 1 and 2 magazines. Magazines? Like a gun. What is that? Right, I'll have a look at that properly in a minute, but yeah, what I was saying was, I feel bad for saying I miss him, because then I feel like I'm putting pressure on him. And especially because he gets loads of personal messages and things from random people saying, please come back. And I think it's... I want to say I think it's disgusting that people are messaging him privately and putting stuff on. But I get it. I do get it because people miss him and I get that. But respect his privacy, please. I know I've said it a million times, but don't get through to everyone. Now, don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean you can't say, oh, I miss you, Andy. Hope you're okay and things, because you can. But yeah, what is this? 2 times 600 feet Oricon 1 and 2 magazines. Like, for me, that just looks like what he's used it for, to put bits of, I don't know, whatever they are, wrench. It's not called a wrench, it's called a spanner, innit? But yeah, that's what I would expect it to be used for. But with that on it, I don't know. Now that telly looks just like my granddad's telly back in the day, although it's got that red thing there. I don't know whether that was when the numbers came up on it. No, it wasn't. It was from remote control. Now, my granddad's TV did not have a remote for it. So, does that... What was it? Oh, I can't even imagine it now. Getting up and down every time we want to change the channel. What a nightmare. And like, obviously we've got sort of smart TVs and stuff now where you're moving across and things. It just wouldn't work anymore, would it? But yeah, it does remind me of my granddad's that. Now, what I have noticed in here is a lot of things like this. Firewatch, arson can carry a penalty of imprisonment. It should do every single time if you're doing it on purpose. You're being watched by the Wiltshire Fire Brigade. But where are they watching me from? Like, in that corner? Like, these signs are worthless, I'm telling you now. They're pointless. There's like Crime Stopper. Oh, it's on the other window. Wiltshire Police Crime Stopper stickers on the other window. And like, if you're the sort of person like me that comes in these places, you'll not care. So if you're the sort of person that's come to steal something that's got even less bloody morals than me, even less, which takes something, then you're definitely not going to care. So for me, I just think it's a proper waste of resources. It's never going to put anyone off. Not the sort of people that are like there for that reason anyway. Yeah, I hope you now realise why I've left Bear at the door. And hopefully I won't get people complaining, because whatever I do, there's somebody that's not happy about it. Somebody, like, if I take Bear in, people are like, oh, you should have never brought Bear. If I don't take Bear in, people are like, where's Bear? So I can't bloody win. Anyway, I've got to get back down this pile of rubbish now. Talking about Bear, here he is. Happy to see you, mate. To be fair, Bear is pretty good at just waiting. He doesn't mind so much because he knows I'm coming back. I've got my foot stuck behind that. There we go. Oh, this is awful. But he'll be annoyed that he can't come. Oh, it's not a water pump. I'm trying to work out what this thing is. It's a drill. It's a massive drill. And there's another smaller one just here. Is that there, look? There's either a sickle or a scythe. I think that one's a scythe, because I think sickles are lickle. Sickles are lickle and scythes are long. I don't know what that's for though. Cutting tree branches or something. Something high up. I don't know. What are you looking at? See, there's lots of sharp things I don't want you to get to, like saws. So, right. Upstairs. Next. Now, I feel like this house is bigger than 2 floors. Can't speak. Start again. I feel like this house is bigger than just 2 rooms downstairs. So I feel like we're missing loads, but I don't know where. But I'll go upstairs first, then we'll come back down and look. Now, I'm a bit concerned because it is getting very damp on these stairs. As you can see, there's an hole in the roof there. I don't want to go through them particularly, because I know how much it hurts to go through floors. It hurts quite a lot. Although last time was a bit dramatic. I couldn't have just done it a normal way. Do you know what though? There's still people today that think that that was staged. And trust me, it was not fucking staged. There's video evidence of me falling through that floor, and I could not walk hardly for days after that. And that's because I had a crack in my pelvis. But I would have to be some sort of trained stuntman to throw myself just right to not hurt myself. Some people wind me up, but yeah, I have got to be careful. And it has made me a little bit more wary of floors, that. But even as you're walking up the stairs, there's like a plane or whatever it is there. Whatever that is. Don't know, something to cut logs maybe? I don't know. You know, little bottles of stuff and parts of cars. You just can't get away from all the stuff. There's just so much. Oh, bloody hell. Don't know which way to go first. We'll go to this one because it's closer. Oh my lord. Right, let me get in. Now, as you can hear, there's people round about doing work and stuff. And I think they're all a bit defensive of this house because there's signs up all over. So I've got to be careful. But look at this room. Another one that's at least a foot off the floor. There's a bed there at least with some stuff on it. What is this? Just a jar full of stuff. Bear's making some funny noises downstairs. But yeah, what are these big, huge chest things or whatever they are? Right, I'm going to try and find a few bits to look at. Right, I've just been stood on here thinking, what is that jabbing into my foot? Now, I said I was going to show you. Oh, you're going to have to look at my horrible feet now. Look at my trainer down the side of there. God, let's shift that out of the way. There's literally nothing left. Like, it should be like this. Like that. But everything's fallen away. It's all gone. So I need some more exploring trainers. I've only had those a year. I bought them in Italy a year ago. Well, January, it was a year. So like 13 months. £140 trainers, and look at the state of them now. But anyway, yeah, going back to what was jabbing in my foot. I couldn't work it out. Bloody axe in my foot. And I'm thinking that's a bit uncomfortable. I've got that thing jabbing in the side of my foot. I have got a couple of other newer Nike Air Max that I'm just going to turn into exploring trainers because I won't wear anything else. And before anyone messages me, lovely people message me and say, what shoe size are you? Because I never tell them, because then they'll send me some walking boots that I'll never ever wear. So don't send me shoes, please don't send me shoes, because I won't wear them unless they're Nike Air Max and maybe a couple of other brands. It ain't coming out with me. And trust me, that's not me being ungrateful. That's me being realistic of what I will actually wear. So I'm not trying to be horrible. I just don't want someone to spend their money on something that I'm never going to use. Look at these. Oh. Every Boy's Book of Electricity. This, oh, I dread to think where that Vaseline's been. But what little boy is playing with electricity? Jesus Christ. As if, why? Why do kids need to know about how to make things like that? I suppose that's why there's more engineers and things about like back then than there is now. And why there's no industry in this country, because none of us know how to do anything anymore. But that is mad. But I suppose it's only like, say, Freddie learning how to do computers and stuff now. It's just different. Things have changed. Things are more important. Like back then, dealing with stuff like that was probably quite a good job to do stuff with electrics and stuff. Whereas today it's still a good job, but there's other probably more important things. And the Boy Scout knot book. Now, nobody knows how to tie knots these days either. That's another thing that's been lost. Whereas everybody were taught how to do them properly back in the day. What is this? What is that? I feel like it's a battery with the metal bit covered up. But what would it be for? It's in like a leather casing. Very strange. And then some just normal ever-ready batteries. Right, there's also a hell of a lot more books on here. And they're all seem to be about gardening. And in all these bags here, like all over the bed and stuff, it's just books and books and books. So they were definitely well read. Anyway, we're going to head over that way now. You have just missed a near-death experience, and I mean it. You see that? I can only just see the red mark on my head there. Like, and I didn't. Just up here. Yeah. So, I put my hand on the wall, on the window frame, to sort of climb over here, and it slipped. And look what happened. So my hand slipped off that, and I almost went straight out of that window, but my head cracked against that metal wooden bit in the middle. So, but I could have quite easily fallen head first out of that window if it wasn't for my head being so bloody massive. Proper hit it with some force as well, but my arm was out of that window. I don't know whether it would have opened enough. I don't know if it would have done, but even so, not great idea trying to jump head first out of. It's not bad. It's not that bad. You can see my scar where I got knifed. Just there when I was like young. But yeah, it's not a massive big mark, but it's bad enough to do that in the first place. Right, I'd not noticed this box because I thought it would have stuff like this in it. But look at the tea set that's in there. What is it? Some Soko china, hand painted. That's nice. I actually quite like that. It's a full set with little teapot and stuff in there as well. That's really nice. If it's hand painted especially, it's lovely. Anyway, I want to look what's in here, but I can't now because I'm going to have to move that. It's hard enough balancing as it is. I've got one foot higher than the other. I don't really know what to do. I might sit on this and look in these ones. Now, I'm not going to lie, these things are usually more interesting than what's inside them. So, F.R. Nelson Smith, it says on there. I bet someone can find out something about this person. F.R. Nelson Smith. Do some research for me. Find out who he is. Because I think you've got to be pretty important to have a big box like this. But I bet you there's not much in it. What we got? Some sort of Philips something, a heater box, and a BT telephone. Told you there'd be nothing exciting in it. But the box itself is really cool. Look at the design inside and everything. Really like that. It's something I can imagine you taking on the Titanic with you, or a big cruise across to America in some way. Maybe not on the Titanic because you wouldn't have come back. I am going to fall in a minute. But yeah, you're not just going to go on a trip to Dorset with one of those things, I'm sure. But it'd be pretty cool. But how would you move it around once it got stuff in it? Because they're really heavy to start with. You see, that's something else I didn't even think about. How much it must cost. This actual maker of trunks, bags and suitcases, AJ Lawrence, 136 Kensington High Street. So I would have thought from Kensington, it would have been quite expensive, a big thing like that. So this guy must have been someone. He's not just any old little traveller. I suppose people without money didn't travel anyway very far, but depends what year it is. What's this? Total to pay £1, but I don't know where they're going or what it is. Delivery station. Don't know if that says Evesham. Not sure. But either way, that one on top's the best one. I've just had a bit of a worrying thought. If somebody comes, say, to come and find me, or another explorer, or the police, and they just walk through that door, Bear's going to savage him. I didn't think about that. Should have probably tied him somewhere else, but I didn't want to risk. I should have left him in the car. But honestly, if you saw what it took to get in this place, we're going back out in a bit because I'm showing you all the stuff outside, but if you saw what it took to get in here, absolute nightmare. It's as bad outside as it is in. It's a proper little 1950s setup here though. Look at the little old clock. I tell you now, it's exhausting just balancing to show you something like this. You've got all the little makeup things. I don't actually even know what they are. Is it for lipstick? What are they? Very strange. Dry skin cream. Then you've got the old clock and a little old pair of glasses in there as well. And I don't know, it just, like that quite basic styles of stuff just makes me think of like the 50s or maybe just into the 60s, that sort of thing. But yeah, very, very basic. I've just gone quiet because the crows just flew up in the air and I heard a bang. But I heard no else. Thought someone would come in then, but they're not, I don't think. Must have been Bear making that noise. Anyway, I was going to say, like I was saying earlier on about us having things that we don't really need. What was the point of this? I know obviously what it was for. Oh, it says it on it. It says it on it. So, home shoe stretcher. But my point was, why don't you just buy the right size shoes? But then it says, suitable for any shoe, can be used by anyone in the family. Instant relief from bunions, corns, and what is a hammer toe? I know what the other two are. But, yeah, I suppose if you've got bunions, you need a bit more space in your shoe. That makes sense. It's in there as well. It's quite a heavy box. I'm not going to open it because it's going to fall to pieces. But it's a cool little item, but I just thought, what is the point? But now it sort of makes sense. I've heard of a club foot before. Not a bloody hammer. What's a hammer toe? That sounds painful, man. Now, I've just lifted that box up a bit and had a bit of a look in, and there's nothing in there. But while we're up here, look at this 1940s, 50s clock. It's never seen a tick in its life, that thing. No, light shade, lampshade, light shade. But yeah, a lot of the fittings in here are still very old, like Bakelite type fittings. All the, if you see next to the door just there, there's the old switches. They're all in Bakelite as well. So it's definitely not been modernised at any point. There's nothing in this basket because I looked earlier, but I am scared of standing on it because it's only a thin wicker type basket. But I just wanted to look at, there's all bits of pottery up here, look as well. What's this? Dreamland, all Dreamland under blankets are guaranteed for 3 years. Oh, is a heated blanket? I don't trust those things, me. Like, you're just having a bit on your heated blanket with your missus. I don't know why you'd put your heated blanket on while you're having a bit, but anyway, you're having a bit and it's shorts and she's there going... And you think, bloody hell, she's enjoying it today. But actually, she's getting a shock up the arse. Maybe literally. Right, Bear's still down there, wagging away. He's happy enough. He was just laid down there when I came around the corner. But looking on here, look at this. Look at that old clock. Clock? Oh my God, what is wrong with me? I've just called a light shade a clock and then a phone a clock. Did you know clock was my first word when I was born? Well, I didn't just come out and go, clock. But yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, I think I'm having a breakdown today. I'm glad I'm stood here though. My torch has just gone. And somebody very, very nice has bought me, or two very nice people have bought me some backup torches. So I'm going downstairs to get one now. There we go. That's one of my new torches. This one, I'm not quite sure how to make it bright white. So it's a bit yellowy, but I'll work it out at some point. And then I've got another one I'm putting in my pocket, which is a bit smaller. But actually, the light on it's brighter, but it doesn't last as long, the battery. So swings and roundabouts, we'll put the big one on first and then this little one. I don't need too much light anyway, because it's not dark. It's a light day. You all right, Bear Boy? You okay, mate? Right, you're going to have to wait here again. while I go back upstairs. Right, that didn't take me long. I've worked out how to put the bright one on. And it is bright, it's nice. So hopefully this battery's going to last a little bit longer. I think the other torch is on its way out. Usually that's what happens. The battery life just goes down and down and down until it doesn't work anymore. And they're expensive, these things. Like, I think the one that we've just stopped using a minute ago, I'm not turning it around because it'll bloody blind you, but the one we've just stopped using was about £125. This one, I think, maybe 40, 50 quid. So they're not cheap at all. So you've got to be careful with them. But yeah, looking at that phone, not clock, that's pretty cool. We used to have one like that, but not with the letters and the numbers round. Why would you have letters? It's like text messages back in the day. Who here is old enough to have a Nokia at some point and having to like press AAA, BBB, CCC, C, D, E, or whatever it is to spell whatever? I can't remember what any of them are now. I think it was ABC on one. Why would you press AAA? It's not AAA, it's 111 222 333. That's what I meant. But yeah, who remembers having phones that you needed to do that to text? What a pain in the arse that was. Right, we've come to a crossroads. I knew it was bigger, this place. It goes on that way as well. But we've come to a crossroads in life. Do we want messy and safe, or do we want extremely dangerous? I'm thinking, using the mind of one of our subscribers, Debs, we will go dangerous first, because we all like a bit of peril. Now, this is how bad it is. Somebody has put a ladder across the floor. Oh, fucking hell, my fucking balls just fell out my arse. Don't know how that's possible, but they did. Oh, that made an horrible noise. I thought the floor would go in then. But they've put it across because there's holes everywhere. This is really dangerous. I don't think I'm going to get right to the end. But I just want to look around this corner at least. Jesus Christ. Oh, I don't think it's even worth looking in, look. Look at the state of it in there. And I am certainly not going that way. Because ladders are moving sideways. As you can see, the floor's totally gone in there. The roof's come down. There's ladders that go down to the next floor below. So we're not even going anywhere near. But this is crazy. Really dangerous. Like, there's a little tiny board holding us up at the moment. And then it's about a 10-foot drop under that. 8-10-foot drop. So we're getting back off this because I'm being sensible. It's not so much that. This bit, although unsafe, isn't too bad. Up there, I really think it starts to get worse. And then you can see it's just a mess in that bit. Horrendous. So we'll go back this way. Just heard a bang again outside. Right, just a minute. Look at that though. That's crazy. Jesus, slow down for me. Don't rush off. Let me catch up with you, man. Ooh. Oh God. This is horrible. Because once again, at the moment, oh, it's just a cupboard. I can't see the floor. I hate not being able to see the floor. I tell you this all the time. But I'm currently walking on the ladder at the side. But at some point, I am going to have to put my foot on the floor. I really don't. I don't want to, and I've had to do it. I've done it. Right, I can give you an idea of what outside's like now as well. Right, if you look through here, this is the way me and Bear had to come in. Across all that lot there. And then through a door that is pretty much underneath me down here. It is like a jungle. It took us probably an hour to get in, which is crazy really. Right, this one, or this, we'll go in this one. This one looks slightly better. When I say slightly better, it doesn't look good at all. Oh my Lord. I hate it. Knowing the floors are bad in this place, I hate the fact I'm walking on stuff. Oh my God. There's rats in the ceiling. something just ran, it might have been a bird, could have been a pigeon or something, but something just ran above me. That proper freaked me out, and I even got Bear to look after me. I can't get Bear to chase the rats away. It's not good. Oh, this is cool though. We've got little old photos. I do, like, you know how much I love the old photos. Like, look at them. Is that here? If it is, it's looking a little bit better than it is now. Look at her. She looks like that woman I've mentioned before out of Popeye. Is it Alice the Goon? I'm sure it's Alice the Goon. Oh no, don't run away. Oh, they're all running away. Come back. That's her again, look, innit? Oh, wait a minute. So is that him on the left there? Him, but he's older on that one. So that would be the mother and father, probably. And mother and father again on that one, look. Wow. That's mad. They're so good, but getting lost. Like, people's history's getting lost. There's some more photos up here as well, but I think they're newer. Right, looking at these on here, I think that's that guy, the young guy, when he was old. The one... Wait a minute. I think that is him. But I'm not 100% sure. I don't mean those. It's just got the same look about it, the same nose as that mother. Don't you think? I think that's him. But anyway, look at this. Andy would love this. Sex and Life. But it's got little facts in it. And this one's quite shocking, really. Giovanni Casanova epitomises sexuality. He was born in 1725 and still probably the world's most notorious lecher. Casanova made his seduction a fine art. His insatiable appetites ranged from barely pubescent girls to elderly matrons, and eventually caused him his financial disaster. Wow, I've heard of Casanova, but I didn't even think he was a real person. Look at this 1960s sex shop. Bloody hell. Problems people face. What a hairy chest on a woman. That is a... Oh God, it's moving again. It's moving again behind me. But yeah, quite an interesting book. No word of a lie, with a book like that, Andy would be stood here for about 10 minutes reading it all. He is such a pervert, like proper perv. But, and you know what, I keep getting in trouble off people for, I keep talking about getting in trouble, don't I? But I get in trouble for saying bad things about Andy. Like, you think he's some sort of saint. Like, oh, leave Andy alone. But Andy's such a bad one. He really is. But we forget that now because Andy, we have to look after Andy and give him a hug because he's been poorly. But anyway, let's keep looking on here. And you know I'm joking, it's just banter again. But there's a sixpence from 1967, year after Andy was born. That's an old 10 pence when they were bigger. No year on that there. New pence. Looks like a... Oh, 1969. 1969 10 pence. Right, I'm going to try and make my way a bit further up here. Once again, the floor is dodgy. I've got some what look like graduation photos on here as well. Oh look, is this this guy as well? That could be him. That could be him in the 90s, that could be him in the 70s. I don't know. It's got the same sort of look to him. They've all got a similar look, to be honest with you. They all look... Oh, look at this one. Oh, I love these. These are my favourite. The old, proper Victorian ones. And I'll tell you something. If you compare the two, I would much rather have a big pile of those than a big pile of him. That sounds so weird. But there's some odd stuff on here. What is a tune-up analyzer? Is it something to do with music or RPM? Is it something to do with cars? What else do I see? What is this? What is this? I don't understand what this is. Some sort of pressure gauge, compressor, PSI. Is it for air for your car tyres? don't know. Once again, not 100% sure. And that, look, it says 5 function analyzer. It's not even English half for it. I don't really know what that is, what it's for. Something to do with electronic systems. Well above my head, over my head, that I don't get anything like that at all. I've never been into electronics and stuff. Maybe I should have read that Electronics for Boys book when I was a kid. But I just haven't ever had an interest for cars or like all your boy stuff. I have. I were into running. That's all I were into. Nothing else. Just running and going on my Atari ST. That was it. That's all I wanted to do. So, and our Freddie's a bit like that now. He loves football and that's all he does. And PlayStation. But anyway, let's keep looking. It's same with this. This says, on the top of it, it says alternator. But if I looked at that, I'd say that's something to do with bearings. Because it looks like out of a skateboard when you get your bearings in a skateboard. But that just shows I know nothing. Because like I say, it says alternator on top. I just cannot stand up. This is so hard. What's it? Nothing in there. It's all these here little letters and photos. Oh, they're maps of Germany. Yeah, map of Germany there. Oh, and it's East and West Germany. So it's before 1989. It was 1989, wasn't it, when they changed it? Because that guy from... Oh, I can't speak. What was he called now? Big hairy chest man. Went and sang in Germany and then they knocked down the wall. With Pamela Anderson. The man with Pamela Anderson. Ran along a beach in red shorts. Can't remember his name. Don't know why I'm doing this. But it's making me remember. What was he called? I think he had an alcohol problem recently. It was Baywatch. He was on Baywatch. What was he called? I'm sure you're going to tell me, and I need to stop doing that now because you can't see my arse wiggling from side to side. I was just looking through this box. I thought it was all going to be letters. There's one letter, and it's not very interesting. But there's, look, all these stamps. The thing is, right, they're all 4p. Not all of those stamps added together now, because there's even more of them under there as well, look. Wouldn't come to one first class stamp because they're about... I don't know, they're almost £2 or something these days, aren't they? First class stamps. So that's mad, that's crazy. That all of those stamps were probably posted one letter each with those. Now you've just got to, like, oh, is it 4D as well? So it's before it changed over, it's not even a pence. But D was pence. It's all very confusing. But either way, mad that how much stamps are these days. Right, I was just about to move on from this room, and I noticed these just plonked up here out the way. Oh, they're a bit damp. Let's bring them down and have a look. Oh, look at her. Oh, I like her. She looks very happy, but she's got those big round glasses on. That's good. Someone else has been cut out of that, because it... Oh, no, they haven't. It's just been cut down from a different angle. I thought they'd cut the boyfriend out or something. And we got... What's she got? Is that a hat or an umbrella? Oh, yeah, it's an umbrella. I think she's got a big hat on underneath it as well, hasn't she? It's hard to try and work that out. You got a little girl. I always wonder if any of them are here. Little baby. What else? Look at them. What's that? There's like a castle thing at the back. There. Zoom in on it. I wonder what that's for. I wonder what the reasoning was behind all that. Oh, look at these. Oh, I bet they go to boarding school. I always wanted to go to boarding school, but I didn't because I love my mum and dad. Like, I wouldn't want to be away from them. But, like, I always used to watch things on telly and read things in books where they were at boarding school. Like Mallory Towers. Freddie loves Mallory Towers. I don't know if you remember it. But, yeah, about girls going off to a boarding school and having adventures. And I think that's what I thought it were like. Whether I would have felt the same when I was actually there is another thing. But So, is that same guy again? Not sure. I'm a bit shaky-handed today. It's because I'm holding the torch in the same hand. Let's have a look in here. That's stuck to that. Oh, look. He's in... I bet this is an army hockey team, look. They've all got the hockey sticks. And then he's wearing that uniform. But if you then look at the one underneath, if I don't pick it up at the same time, look at these. Oh, no, don't drop him, don't drop him. Look at these guys. They're brilliant. That looks like First World War to me, from what they're wearing. So over 100 years ago, their faces are looking back from. I think that's crazy. What else we got? What's happening on this? Oh, the Lord Mayor with a load of people in funny hats. Look at their hats. It's a bit hard to see that. He's in military uniform at the end. You've got Hitler in a funny hat, fourth person up. And then lots of, I don't know what, they look like yeomen or something. I don't know. And that's it, that's all of them. Oh, what a shame. Again, just tucked up there out the way. It just shows though, like, I could spend hours in this place, I really could. I don't think I've got the strength to spend hours in here. I'm getting tired. I think that's why my hands are shaking, because my legs are hurting, my back's hurting, my feet are hurting. Like from being in funny positions off to one side, it's killing. It really does hurt after a bit, because you're constantly balancing and it's uncomfortable. But like if I had somewhere just to go through each item, move stuff out of the way, then I'd be here for days and weeks and months. Right, this is the final room that I can see, and it's just the bathroom. There's nothing in it. I've had a look. It's just some bits of things like this for no apparent reason. But you'll see why there's things like this when we get outside. It's going to be even harder filming out there than it is in here. I'm going to have to stop-start every 5 seconds because there's absolutely no way I can walk, talk, and not die at the same time. So I'll have to show you little bits. But I'm going to head back down to Bear, make sure there's no more rooms downstairs, and then we'll make our way out. The thing is, you think to yourself, oh, there's so much stuff in here, there can't be any more. Then you look up and realise there's an attic above you. I am not going up to it because we know that there's rats or something up there, but also it's all falling through. But look at this. Like, there's literally spoons and bags and hammers and stuff I can't even see up there. Loads and loads of stuff. Right, we're back to Bear, who looks absolutely fed up. This is the kitchen. And for all the people that say, oh, thank you for showing me the kitchens, you've got no hope this time. Absolutely no chance at all that I am going to look around this kitchen. There's nothing to see up there anyway, nowhere else to go. So we're now going to head outside. And that is like a death trap. Right, Bear's happy to back off his lead. I've still got to keep an eye on him though, because it is so dangerous. So dangerous out here. Oh look, Ghostbusters. That's all stuff from when I were a kid on there. That's cool. Some wheelie thing. Right, come on. Oh Bear, I might have to pick you up. I didn't have to weigh in, but it's very difficult. Look at the state of this. Oh, Lord. Ow. Ow. I just broke myself about 8 times. Why are you walking so gently, Bear? That's not normally you. You're usually rushing round. I had to lift you up that bit, didn't I? I'll come and get you. Stay there. And then we'll get out into this absolute forest. Right, I've got him down there. I've now got to get myself down there by balancing on ladders and not standing on his head. Right, this is the outside of the house. And as you can see, it is absolutely wrecked, destroyed. You were just shaking then on there. You were just shaking properly bad. Oh, I'm bleeding, look. Bottom of my leg's bleeding. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to concentrate and get over this lot. Right, gives you a better idea. Now we were up here, went along there, and then I started to go along there, and that's where it was wrecked and all fallen in. And if you look there, it's all fallen in underneath as well. Now I'm just waiting for Bear because he's gone a different way around to me, and I've come a different way to what I actually came in the first place. So I'm a bit worried that I'm not going to get down off here. It's a bit awkward because everything's very slippy at the moment. So I don't want to slip and break an ankle because that'd be not very fun. Right, everything is rotten. Even this, right, I was holding this and it was creaking like it was about to break off as I was holding it. You've got stuff holding the building up. It is so dangerous. I'm so glad Bear didn't come in with me. But look over here. Now this is the ultimate car graveyard. Now, you know me, not massively bothered about cars, but these must have been here for a long time to get in this state. Look at this, TYY 300L. So it's an old L plate. I can't think what that would be, an L plate. I think did I have an old M plate? I can't remember. And I don't know what this thing is around the corner. The thing is, this is just the start of it. There's loads of them. Is that a Vauxhall something? There. This is where we need Andy. 100% this is where we need Andy. Bear, don't you go too far, mate. I don't want you disappearing back underneath that barbed wire because I'm not able to get you. Another one up here. Right. I'm going to go up to the next one. Otherwise, you're just going to see me climbing through trees. And I know I'm all fit and everything, but I'm not quite as good as Tarzan. I'm as sexy as him, but anyway. Right, I'm really going to make myself look like an idiot because I'm going to guess what every car is. So that's a Vauxhall. I'm only going for brands like the maker, not the model. I'm saying Lancia. That's a Lancia, that one. What we got up here? This one is, oh God, this one is very hard to tell because it's in 18,000 pieces because of the rust. We're going for a Renault. This one's a Renault. That's my guess on that one. It's nothing to do with seeing that on there. I definitely haven't got that from that. This, oh dear. This one's it's not a Morris Minor. It's a Morris Major. Bloody hell, Bear, I got scared as well then. What are you doing? What's so good on top of that car? Come on, keep going. It is madness, it really is. And like I say, it's right on the edge of a village. You would have thought they would have got the council to clear it out or something by now. This one, oh bloody hell. Is there anything on the steering wheel to help me? No. Oh yeah, another Renault. That's a Renault too. I wonder if that means that's a Renault. Yeah, we're going with it. That's a Renault as well. This one, bloody hell. This is a nightmare, man. Have you ever seen anything like this? It is really crazy. Because the thing is, they're all up there as well. And there's some around the back that we didn't see. It's madness. I feel like this is a larder. We're going for larder on this one. I need to stop guessing because I'm just miles off, aren't I, really? But just think, if these cars were in perfect condition now, they'd been looked after, how much they would all be worth. Like, people love not just the classic cars as in like the expensive, beautiful ones like in last week's video, but also the ones that you can just drive around town and look a bit cool in, do you know what I mean? A bit retro. The students love things like that as well. So I think they'd be worth a fortune. Now, we're going to look round this corner, but I can't remember if there's anything. I know there's one around the back, but it was so underneath everything. There's absolutely no way I'm going to it because it took us ages, me and Bear, to get through that bit last time. This is why you've got to be fucking careful. Oh, God. I've just walked. My arm has just gone into a big metal handle. Oh, it didn't half hurt. Bloody killed. I was just walking through there after Bear, and that just jabbed right into me bicep. Not that there's much there. I'll bruise that in a bit, I reckon. But that bloody hurt, that did. Right, I'm gonna keep looking around this corner. Right, the one I was on about is literally underneath that. It's under a cover, like a tarpaulin underneath that. There's absolutely no way on earth I'm going back under there or trying to find my way around there. So we're gonna look at the cars over there and then we'll make our way out. I honestly don't know how he does it sometimes. Like, his legs are actually really short and I've got long legs. So I've just climbed over all that and he's just done it. And I don't know how he does it. It's crazy, really. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is what I mean. It's like a death trap out here and inside. Now, I was just walking towards those cars over there and I just almost missed this altogether. Look at that. What is that off? That is massive. It's metal. It's got metal on the outside. It makes me think of like a massive fire engine or something. An old fire engine wheel. God knows. It's crazy that how big that is. It's about 5 foot, no, maybe more when it stood up. 5.5 foot. Madness. Anyway, I'm so tired. Right, these ones over here look slightly newer than the ones around there. Like, only slightly, maybe by 10, 15 years. But this looks like a Vauxhall Nova to me. It might not be, but it looks like the one my sister had. Maybe because hers were brown, and I'm just thinking, well, it's brown, so it must be. But there's something over there as well. A red car up here. See the tax disc? It was 2008. It's dirty on the inside. I can't clean it, but I can't see what it is either. Anyway, I head over to this red one and then we're at the way out. No, I was wrong. It's a Ford Fiesta Popular Plus 1.1. I bet that didn't go very fast. Look at that. Anyway, there's just one. Oh no, there's not one more. There's more than one. Actually, before we get any further, what is that? With all the big red wheels. God knows, it looks like a plough or something. Maybe that's what that big red thing up there was. There, look. Maybe that's a plough wheel. Right, I've got to be quick because someone's coming, but there's a Renault and a Peugeot there. But I need to get over this gate before whoever it is notices me. Or they're going in the playground over there. Right, that has been one hell of an adventure. Like, scary. Scary for your health and your life and stuff. Even though it doesn't look that bad, trust me, when you're in there and you can feel the floor buckling underneath your weight, which there's a lot of it, it is quite worrying. But we got round it. If you do know where this is, probably best not to come because it is very dangerous, really is dangerous. Anyway, I'm off. I'll see you next week and I love you all. Bye-bye.
Finders beepers are yes. We're thinking of going to the Middle East. Jesus H. Yes, I'll be seeing you if you make it out at VidCon, Finders beepers. And thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate it a lot.
Hey, this is Rikishi. My friends at Finders Beepers History Seekers tell me that Johnny Norton from Hell on Earth has been very, very disrespectful. Okay, Big Mouth. So I'm calling you out, Norton. I want you to go over, get on camera, with Matt on his show. This is the challenge here. It's Matt Eats Anything Challenge. You got ball sacks? Go ahead and go over there. I challenge you. Put up or shut up, Norton.
Finders, beepers, history seeker.
Alright, Lewis Clark has gone too far this time, and Finders Beepers has my support on taking him down.
Before the 1,000-mile charity race begins, Matt and Andy were asked to do a sort of pre-race video. They were given no guidelines of what to put in it, and this is what the boys came up with. Oh, and good luck, Andy. I want you to win.